Alright, so it's me, Cameron from Royal Anoles with the curly hair. Discount Armin, discount 80 celebrity, whatever people want to call me today. The jokes. My homies will get it. Anyway, roll the intro. Royal Anoles was actually making a Anole video, the first one. And it's a top 5, the middest way to make the content. So, pretty much, we're going to do a little top 5. We're going to run down to some of what I think is some top 5 Anoles. No, you won't be seeing some basic things, some common things like your brown Anoles or green Anoles or, crested Anoles. But we're going to have some unique little topics. We're going to have some stuff you probably haven't heard about. Maybe some stuff that ain't in the trade yet. Maybe some stuff you haven't seen in years, especially in America. It is Anolis farius. Now you're seeing my boy all blue, but I'm about to hold him because I'm cleaning his cage, and I'm getting the clip while he's out. First, let's talk about some pros and some cons of Anolis farius. So, Anolis farius is, not your biggest anole, they're not your smallest anole. I'd say they're in a good medium size right there. But the cool thing about them is obviously, we know the males. They have a cell-fin, grows pretty big in some cases throughout their life. They can live a decent chunk of change. Then, on top of that, the only downside there as well, females don't have it, sadly. But it makes them easy to sex, so there is that perk. Now, the biggest downside, what you're about to see, is this. Don't like me. He does not like me especially. But gosh, just look at that tail. He's only a year old, y'all. Real pretty male. He's fired down drastically because I had to get him out of his cage and he was fairly comfortable, but he didn't want to deal with me. But he's getting his stuff clean, he's getting fed, soaked, all that. So he's having a little spa day that he does enjoy. But look at him. Oh, sorry, buddy. Here, let me move you a little bit. You have this beautiful head right here. Beautiful bodies. Then they have this really nice yellow dewlap. And these guys are honestly one of the best anoles on the planet, if you ask me. I love the fact that they have a crest. I love their personalities. Even some people may hate that fact that they're so skittish and flighty. Personally, I enjoy the cat challenge, and I don't want everything to be super lovey and dovey like my Cubans there. These guys are great for anyone willing to put the work in, really want to see these animals thrive. These are not commonly worked with in America. Let's talk about another anole, real groovy anole. But we're going to take a twist as the anole we talked about prior, which is farius, and they're kind of known to be a little bit of a moody asshole that doesn't like you, wants to bite you, run away, and do all that fun stuff. These guys are kind of like finger puppets, They want to just chill with you. Jamaican twig anoles. Now, you're really saying, you're not using the scientific name, and it's because I don't know how to pronounce it. But pretty much, these guys are gonna blow up. Everyone and their mama's gonna have them. I'm getting some fairly soon. These guys are great. I think they're pretty much better than these guys, and I love these things. You take all their pluses and you put in a bite-sized package. Don't know how you can go wrong with that. Then as well, they're cool. I'd say the only real big con these guys really have, though, is the fact that they're small. Now, since they're small, that means they're a little more fragile, they're a little more prone to dehydration than your larger reptiles just because they're smaller. And since they're smaller, that means sometimes when it comes to children, they're not the best option. Or some people don't enjoy smaller herps. Me personally, I like monitors, I like tiny anoles, I like medium anoles. You see what I'm saying? I just like all of them. If they're odd and unique, I'm a fan. Then I'd say pretty much their plus is, well, the same thing, For all those reasons that some may not like them is some of the reasons why some would absolutely adore them and love them. I'm personally on the side of loving these guys. But anyways, let's move into our next anole. Well. So, you're watching my video now, and you're not subbed. Oh, why is that? Is it because you forgot to? It's because you forgot to. Let me help you. So if you click that little kind of like plus sign in the corner, all right? So make your screen go like this. You're going to see that. Scroll down. Leave a comment. Check the description. If I didn't forget to put one in there again. It's going to have a link to my other socials. How about you follow them and sub to this channel? Leave a like. Share it to your friends. The Hipp anole. Why the Hippie Anole? Well, quite simply, I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine. And, well, he opened my eyes. He told me they're friendly, they're calm. I said, okay. A little bit in the back of my head, I'm like, he's bullshitting. There's no way. Then I'm playing the videos on the screen right now. The guy's at, not my buddy. This is the guy who has these videos. And what am I seeing right now? What are you seeing? A really calm Hippie Anole. Yeah. But let's talk about them now. They are a mainland species. Now, to many people, and many anole breeders, many people who understand what that means is, oh, that's why we don't hear about them. They're mainland. Now, in the anole world, most of our anoles that you see in the trade comes from islands. Mainland species are normally just harder to keep, harder to work with, harder to breed, hard to get thriving, which means a harder way to, establish a captive population. So, they aren't commonly seen. But Hippie anoles seem to be a little bit of an outlier. And the fact that some people are actually having some success breeding them. Some in America, some in Germany, it's just some all over the world. People are having a little bit success more than what you see with some other mainland species. Pretty cool. I think these are going to be popular when we figure out mainlands better. All right, let's move to the next anole. Now, I didn't want to break this rule, but I technically did it. So this is a Cuban false chameleon. One of the best pet anoles you can own. Why is that? These guys are calm. They eat really well, especially once you get them established in your groups and you work with them long enough. Great eaters in my experience. But we're not talking about Barbados. They just look a lot like them. Now, right here on the screen is Anolis porcus. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the difference? Well, if we take a big look at Goliath, there's a lot of color differences on average. With, Barbados, you see a lot more grays in this. While with porcus, I've seen a lot. Buddy, can you sit still, please? I'm trying to show them something. Pretty much what I've seen a lot with porcus is a lot of browns, right? And whites and good colors. Really interesting colors, really good combos of colors, making them stunning. Now, another thing that you see with porcus versus Barbados is this. You see the dewlap? Here, let me. Oh, come on. All right. It's not red, as you see with porcus. These are normally grays with whites on them. So, yeah, Anolis porcus as well is something sadly not commonly worked with in the hobby for numerous of reasons. One, the people who have gotten them were not having a lot of success with them. Now, we won't get into that topic today because it's none of my business to talk about in this video because it's top 5. But, they've been here for a bit and they're finally getting some luck with the work of some great people behind them. We all know who Bro is down there. And, some great people are finally working with them in America. And, hopefully we can be like the other countries soon, like in Europe and Canada, where Barbados is actually harder to get than porcus. You can't import them from there, though, even though they're captive bred. Let that sit. Pretty much, we're going to be talking about Anolis lucagaris. Why Anolis lucagaris? So, well, I work with them. About free here, and I'm going to be shipping out a pair, to a buddy soon. I'm going to be getting me an older male, be producing them this year. Yay! But, pretty much, Anolis lucagaris is one of the larger crown giants. And, God, they are beautiful. A lot of people don't like them, don't know why. One of the biggest criticisms I've seen with this group is they don't like how some of them, where the white is more of a pink color. My opinion, I don't care either way. I still think both are cooler. White is obviously the better look because I think they all look like skull crawlers, when they do that. Yes, that's one of the reasons why I like them. But, these are really nice anoles. They're large bodied, beautiful patterns, colors, And if you just take a look at their scalation, it is just lovely. The way individual scales are slightly darker and greener, and God, it's something you have to be up close and personal and just have in your hands or in a cage just to look at and be able to truly understand the beauty of this animal. Just amazing. And then when I mention it, brother, ooh, those babies, those babies, bro, they are just neon green. Nothing like the Smallwood eyes over there. Those guys are beautiful when they were little babies when I got them. But holy, thought I was going to swear. No, I'm kid friendly here. But pretty much, these guys are beautiful neon green. If this was a pitch black room, if I had one in a corner, I bet I can see it. But these guys are bright when they're young, and then they get beautiful green and just amazing colors. Has that white really take over. Amazing animals. Love to work with them. I love my female. I drove 5 hours to get, which is true. I did drive 5 hours to this lizard. Lost in a Dallas, all over the place. Love that girl, even though she bites me all the time. Well, I think this will be the end of this lovely video. If you liked it, well, sub. If you don't like how I'm acting in this video, all fun, not being super nerdy and scientific, well, it ain't that video. This is a top 5. It's meant for me to make y'all interested, make the non-anole people in the back interested, make the anole people get a